But I really love how you kind of brought it back to the wholeness of yourself and self-fulfillment. What are some other things, or how do you kind of measure your self-fulfillment?
You know, it's a feeling. It really is.
Mm,
It is, and I've felt it before, which is why then I get undersatisfied with the 2022, right? There's moments and there's a year that even though there's going to be a lot of stress, I feel full. I
mm,
feel full. I feel like that feeling after you have what you think is one of the best meals in your life, or that feeling after you just have like a really good session with someone that either blew your mind or filled your heart, or like one of those things that you carry with you for a really long time. That's what I'm looking for. That's the feeling, and I
right.
think a lot of us are looking for that, right? Like
All the time.
all the time. And it comes with passion, and it comes with purpose, and then it comes with action, right? So it's like
Mm,
I have the passion, and sometimes I'm clear on purpose,
mhm.
but then sometimes I'm a little unclear on which actions I need to take in order to get it,
Right.
right?
Oh
So
my
I'm kind of
gosh.
like searching, and I'll
Yeah.
do a hobby, and I'll do this, and I'll try this, and I'm like, where is it? And then you find
Right.
it, but then that is not a static thing, because you get
Yeah.
comfortable with that. And so it then it starts to feel like a meal that needs a little different seasoning, a kick, right?
Oh yeah,
I
you
need a
need an
little kick.
extra. Is there anything or anyone who particularly inspires you?
So many people. I am really big now at the point that I'm in my life. I'm really big at seeing the ways that just about anyone can teach me or inspire me. And so as of late, what I've been trying to do and be better at, and I've been doing, is recognizing the way, like, there's folks in my circles, in my family in particular, that I have looked at and I'm like, if you look at their careers or their work, it's, not anything that makes the magazines or the list or any type of high level recognition. And I'm like, if I look at it from that lens, there's nothing to draw from that. However, if I look at it again, I guess this is the theme. If I look at it from a broader perspective, what this person has accomplished is amazing. It doesn't need to be in a top 40 list. It doesn't need to be in your algorithm, right? They don't need to be invited to, be on Main Character Energy podcast. I am, but
Yes, you are.
that's my thing. But the point that I'm saying is, like, there's some folks where you see them, right, and so you're like, yes, I want this, right? I see them
Right.
on the podcast, I see them here, I see them on the list, and I want that. At least that's my experience. There's people that I see that are moving, and I see them moving, and so I'm like, I want to draw inspiration from that. However, I've now been looking at folks like my parents, my partner, my surroundings, my elders. My dad is blue collar, right? And so he doesn't have a formal education. And yet I think he's been very successful in his life, in terms of he's managed to own property, right? And that's a goal. Like, that's big, that's high level.
Hmm.
And he's managed to work to do these kind of to hit these benchmarks that, if you look at it like that, is pretty amazing when you look at his entire background. And then the same goes for my mom. Also not college educated, right? No formal education in that sense. But I'm looking at my mom right now, who worked really, really hard. She worked for a bank for very many years, and then she worked as a manager in retail, and then she retired early. And she got up on her own, and she picked up, and she was like, I'm retiring to Puerto Rico.
Okay,
She
mom.
she went out there on her own, found a place to rent, found a place to buy, bought a house, got her car out there, doing this whole thing by
Wow.
herself. And I'm like, she's not on some list of how she killed her career, but this woman is doing it. This woman is doing her thing on her own. Sometimes there's things that I'm like, I'm supposed to go to that by myself.
Right. And here she is starting a whole other life and doing what she truly wants to do. And I don't even, I'm really actually gonna not use the word earned, because she deserves it. And the way that she did it, though, it's like she really set herself up in a way, and your father included. It sounds like they set themselves up in a way where there's a lot of determination, a lot of drive, like a lot of discipline that goes into it, to not only do this for themselves, but like know that they're doing it for the next generation. And it just says a lot, because they didn't have the things that we have now. So just like you said, like, I'm supposed to go here alone. Like, what if I don't have Wi-Fi?
If I Google everything, I Google everything.